all of you as we listen to this presentation by a young lady, excuse me, who has a very special place in my heart. She came to me very, very, very early on as a junior in high school. I don't want to tell her whole story, she can tell it herself. But she came to me as an intern, as a junior in high school. And after college, a few years after college, we hired her back as our marketing director. And it has just been, it's been a phenomenal experience. And Dr. Davis talked about my brand. I am because she is, and she was our marketing director. So help me welcome Miss Shania Fair. Miss Fair is based in South Florida, and she based a fashion lifestyle photographer is what she's doing now, a media specialist born and raised in Miami. Her creative passion started with filmmaking at an academy high school, and she continued on to Florida Atlantic University. But during her college career, she developed a love for modeling and fashion photography and launched her first photography business. Wow, I love it. Her knowledge and love for branding and marketing grew as she helped a female owner, Ann McNeill, I'll insert that, launch several successful coaching programs, execute life business and coaching retreats, virtual events, and much more. I'm going to stop there as I introduce Ms. Shania because I can go on and tell her story. Because again, I am that firm that she's referring to in her bio. So help me welcome Miss Shania Fair. Shania Fair, good afternoon, Miss Fair. How are you this afternoon? And welcome back to Clarity Mastermind.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. I am just truly honored. Definitely a full circle moment to be presenting to you today in the area of creativity, because I have based my life on creativity. That's something that I've always known since younger. I always wanted to be in a creative space. I've always had a passion for whether it be filmmaking or social media. And that's why I chose the even high school that I went to be in the film academy there. So I continued that professionally. As Ms. Ann stated, I came back after college and worked with her in her multiple successful businesses. I gained a lot of experience there, and it also taught me a lot about marketing in different industries simultaneously. So I know I heard earlier, one of you all are from a construction company. And as a part of my presentation, I do have some things to share with you, but I will also like for it to be interactive and for me to just share ideas because I am such a creative. I definitely love to feed off of other business owners. So at the end, if I can get anyone to just share a little bit with me about their business, I can maybe spark some new ideas for you in the area of creativity, marketing, etc. So let's share my screen, hopefully. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Good. Okay,
yes.
perfect.
Yes.
So today I have 3 points that I really want to discuss. The first is getting creative with your brand images. So I am a photographer, a branding photographer. I also love fashion and other things, but my heart is definitely with entrepreneurs and businesses. So we'll talk about that. A social media presence that's authentic to your brand. So I know that can be a little bit intimidating at times because there's so much content online, and some people, they don't really know where they fit, or they don't really know how to just show up online to show their business authentically. Sometimes they'll research other brands, kind of copy their style, and it doesn't last long because it's not authentic to them. It's not content that they love to create. So that kind of dies out. So we'll talk about that. And then we'll also talk about creatively repurposing your content, because you can spend a full day with a marketer like myself who will come in and do like a content day for you. And then at the end, you have all of these videos, photos. You don't know what to do with them. You don't know how to diversify them across multiple platforms. So I'll give you some ideas on what to do in those areas. So this is an example of a brand photo shoot that I did with a chef. Her name is Chef Chris Salmon. She does a lot of things. And I also heard someone mention like a farmer's market, and that's something else that she does. And I also have examples of how we marketed that, but it'll be very interesting. So usually people will go and they'll get headshots and they'll stick to the first headshot, which is just super standard. And yes, that's fine to have a standard headshot. Everyone needs them. You need it on a flyer. It's always going to be used throughout your career for many purposes, but you want to also make sure you get those dynamic photos. So on our brand call before the photo shoot, I said, okay, what props can you bring? How can we make this interesting? Because we want to show your personality. If there are other opportunities, which she did end up getting a TV opportunity later down the road, she was able to use some of the other shots that kind of gave the feeling of like Top Chef. So you want to have those diverse photos as well, and not just the standard headshot. So I got an action shot of her throwing the avocado up in the air. And then usually during my photo shoots, I like to make it very personable. Some photographers, you may feel a little bit uncomfortable, or they may like pose you awkwardly. And it's not really a fun experience, but I'm joking a lot. So when the avocado came down, she was laughing, smiling. I'm going to take that picture too, because it captures so much personality. And that's the photo that everyone loves, because it just warms her up a little bit, because that's the type of person that she is. So I'll scroll down a little bit more. So this is showing how to get creative with your social media presence. We just launched the social media page, so it's fairly new, but I did include the screenshots to show. So this first video where she's holding the big watermelon, we sat down and we talked about, okay, how can we get creative with your content? What different types of shots can we get? And we came up with, okay, we're gonna have a produce focus for the month. So this month was all about watermelon. We did multiple videos of her discussing the different type of watermelons that she was growing in the garden for the community garden. This is in Overtown. And we also filmed a promo for an upcoming farmers market that she had. So this kind of shows the journey. This first video, even though we're just starting, 200 followers, it got almost 3,000 views, 33 shares, 233 likes. So you may think my brand is very small. I'm not going to be able to get eyes on my brand. It's going to be hard to get people to share and comment and things like that. And that's just not true. If you have a clear focus and direction on the type of content that you want to create, you have a goal, you go and you film exactly what you've already outlined, then it'll come in. The engagement will definitely come in because you're telling a story. So in this next video, this was her actually at the farmer's market, and there was so much more to this video. I filmed people actually picking up the produce with their bags and everything like that. But in this shot here, she's actually describing what she has available, and we posted that as well. Again, this video ended up getting around like 2,000 views, 133 likes, 19 shares. So you don't have to have a huge social media following to be able to create, film, and release engaging content for you to get a response. So this is just an example of how you can think differently about your content. If you're going out, you're going to have an event, make sure you're capturing different shots, and then always, always, always do a recap, because you want to share with your audience what your brand is doing, how you're contributing back to the community, and then you're also getting eyes on how people can engage with you or invest in your products in the future. So I know I don't have a lot of time. Sorry if I'm talking really quickly. I'll stop sharing. So if anyone would like to volunteer or share a little bit with me about their business, then we can do like a quick hot seat and I can